Hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. This week you join me in my favourite place this year, the banks of the beautiful River Weaver. Today we're going to be back targeting those bream and silvers on the tip and hopefully getting a few bites. So as you can see, it's a beautiful overcast autumn morning. The first thing I did when I arrived on the peg was mix the ground bait, going with that tried and trusted mix that I've been using of brown crumb and the hinders, halibut and hemp. So that's where we're going to be sat today, and you can see how clear the margins are and sod's law. I've just finished the intro and the rain's arrived. Now on the vlog we did with Joshua, we were down there and that is a beautiful peg, but walking past it today there was wasps everywhere. So we've moved a bit upstream here. We've got a good marker on the far bank with that tough to aim at with the feeder, and yeah, conditions wise it does look perfect. You see fish stopping in the margin, so hopefully there's one or two fish about. What we'll do now, we'll take a look at the setup, the side tray. We might have to put up the brolly and we'll make a start. I've made about 2 or 3 casts at the start, and we're probably on the 4th cast there. We'll take a quick look at the side tray. Got the ground bait there, which is that hinders, hemp and halley, brown crumb. You can see there I've got some micro pellets in it as well, because we are targeting those better quality fish today, hopefully. Looking at the side tray, we've got casters, corn, hinders, hemp, red maggot in case it's difficult. And what I do is I mix it all together here, and you can see there I've not got as much corn because the nights are a bit colder now and I'm just going to feel my way in. Just don't want to put too many big food items in at the start, just feel my way into the session. But that's the mix we're going to be putting in the feeder. You can see there we've got worms as a hook bait again, nice and positive, a big hook bait. Hopefully then bream is still about and we can pick 1 or 2 up. We've got maggots if it gets difficult. Just gonna tighten up to that tip. I don't think we've had a bite yet. And there we go. That is as live as it gets on the 4th cast. By the studding on the rod tip does feel like a bream, and keeping that rod nice and high because there is a shelf. But yeah, 4th cast and we've done the intro since we put the first bit of bait in. Just shows the quality that's in the river at the moment. Just see that bream there coming through the water. What a great start to the session. It's how you want to start it. And it's great to see that they are still about, and I've said it before on the channel, fishing is all about the unknown for me and chasing it. And by that I mean I just can't wait to see how it fishes this year. I've fished a lot downstream, and when them first frosts arrive it does die. And what a way to start the session. The 4th cast and a lovely condition bream. Again, looks to have a bit of skimmer about it. So after 1 or 2 roach after that skimmer, the tip has been a bit quiet on this cast, which means 1 or 2 things really. Either me worms come off or some of them better quality fish have moved in. I'm going to give it too long because I want to, get a bit of bait out there. There's plenty of water below me. You can see fish topping all the way down there and in front of us. In, and we'll get it back out there. The hope is for me is to find a venue a bit closer to home than the Ribble for our winter fishing, so we can at least alternate weeks. Just tighten that tip up a bit. And although I do enjoy the Ribble and the fishing up there for the days, it is a long day, when it's a 40-mile trip there, 40-mile back. And the early mornings that you have to do on there, to get a peg, it would be nice to find somewhere a bit more local. But again, I'm no expert when it comes to this bream fishing, so I have no idea how it's going to go this winter. Whether it's going to die, get better. Leave in the comments down below if you do quite a bit of it, what normally happens on your venue, or what you think will happen on this one. So a bit smaller, that one. But yeah, in them comments down below, if you do a lot of this type of fishing, I would be really interested to hear your thoughts. There we go. A beautiful bite, that one. And what beautiful fishing it is. The quality of the fish is amazing, really. Not a mark on it. And yeah, like a new penny. You can just see there the tactics, nice and simple. Ground bait feeder, gently plugged. In there we've got that hemp, corn and casters and a whole worm on a size 10 hook. Just hooked through the head. Above it we've got them 2 float stops, a bead, another float stop, and then a couple of loops just to kick it out. Nice simple tactics. And I think we put that brolly up right at the right moment because that rain is proper coming down now, but that tip's just gone round again with another one of these plodding bream. And with the rain coming down, another bream in the net. And conditions, although look horrible, are actually perfect. And on this blog I have talked about the River Ribble, and the River Ribble is as wild and natural spate as it gets. This river is probably as man-made as it gets, really. If you look at the true course of it, it's nothing like this. It's half the size, but it was made this big for the salt barges and industry. But it is controlled by locks, so we're quite safe up here. So on a £3 hook link, when something starts pulling back a bit and pulls a bit of drag off, it does make you take notice. And this one's just either foul hooked, or it's a better fish most definitely, or it's a big perch. That's why it's been fighting so much differently. Just going to take a time and hopefully we can get him in. Oh, here's a nice one. Definitely know the difference between them and the bream. Some fish are worth getting the tripod out for and doing a quick vlog. You can see there a lovely perch and a great fight on that rod. Let's get it straight back. Let's get back underneath that brolly. And the very next cast, it's gone round again with another perch and a lovely brace in 2 casts. Earlier on in the blog we talked about the river changing. Are we seeing that now? We've had a couple of skimmers and then we've had these 2 lovely perch, and he is in lovely condition. And what a 2 bites that was, and does make you question, are we going too light or we just got it perfect? You know, we're on that £3 2-ounce hook link, size 10 hook. Have we got it just perfect, or you know, could we go a bit heavier? And that little guy is definitely running the gauntlet out there. He's not far off being perch bait. He's snooking, got that worm, and now he's on the bank. It really is beautiful fishing. There's activity on the tip easily within 30 seconds to a minute of the feeder settling. So like I said before, we've gone through a bit of the mix. So I've added a bit of hemp in there, and I don't think we've got it too far wrong today. We'll go really heavy with them casters. You want some of them bigger food items for the bream. So I do go a bit easier on the corn because I know them chub really do like it. But you can see there how you can just tailor the mix to how you want it. And say I'm a great fan of hemp. And there we go, we've got a mix made up there for the feeder. Plenty of particles in it. Like I say, I don't think we're getting it too far wrong today because we're getting loads of bites. So this has got the curse of YouTube written all over it, but here we go. Every time I'm blogging a fish, I just drop the feeder literally in the edge. And the tip has been bouncing like mad. Every time I've dropped it in there, the tip has just been bouncing away. The rod's been moving along the rest and everything. You see what I mean? Absolutely mad. Probably going to be a small perch, but yeah, you can see there. And I have to admit, I've missed a few bites today. Just looking downstream at all that beautiful reflection, them reds in them trees. And autumn definitely has arrived on the river. We're bending the rod. And Another one of those skimmers. It's another one of those lovely skimmers, and definite quality when you get them, and it'll be a nice net at the end. And with the river like it is at the moment, you don't need them bubbles to let you know they're about, because you kind of know they are. It's, like I say, the vlogs speak for themselves, the tactics are just working, and there's plenty of fish in the system, most definitely. The dying weed all over it from the margins. So another one of those beautifully coloured bream. Another one of those beautiful perch. And it's been great to see today the variety that's come with the swim. And like I said at the start, it's all about learning. And as the seasons are changing, are we seeing a different species comes to the party? Safe to say it's been a very different afternoon. If we'd have been fishing the floats today, we'd have had a really good net of silvers, most definitely. But I've stuck on this bigger bait. Missed a lot of bites, obviously. It's just gone round right at the very end with another one of those nice perch. See if we can get him in and end the session with one of them big stripies. And what a beautiful fish to end on. Like I say, it's been a very different afternoon. Been lots of silvers, and that's probably why these guys are about. That's a lovely perch, that. So the session does come to an end there now, and as you can see by the nets on screen, some beautiful nets of bream and some of those lovely perch. So the river behind me, as you can see, is carrying a bit extra colour than when we arrived this morning. That hasn't put the fish off the feed. It has been a bite of chuck all day. By sticking on that big piece of worm though, we have missed a lot of bites, but it's definitely got the appetite going for the float session on here in the coming weeks, most definitely. I really do hope you have enjoyed the video today, and if you have, please leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. All that remains is for me to wish you all tight lines, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.